Some people asked a question, it was in the comments. I mentioned that there's the letter of the law and the spirit of the law, and there's the letter of the hijab and there's the spirit of the hijab. And I did mention the spirit of the hijab. And people were like, what's the spirit? What's the spirit? I've given long lectures on Surah An-Nur and the ayah of hijab, but I will tell you guys, because I like Stuttgart. So I'll tell you briefly. Allah describes in the Quran that a female, the way Allah made, I didn't say this, it's in the Quran, take it up with Allah, okay? Allah says, أَمَّنْ يُنْشَأُ فِي حِلْيَةٍ وَهُوَ فِي الْخِصَامِ غَيْرُ مُبِينٍ. The baby girl is described as someone who is decorated in jewelry. The young female, she's a little baby girl, but she already has a desire to be beautiful. The boy never puts on a shirt and says, look at my shirt, Dad, look at my shirt. But a little girl, you put on anything on her. You put on a band on her wrist, a rubber band on her wrist. You put on a necklace made of paper. You put on anything. What's she gonna do? Say something. Say something. And then you just tell her, you look so pretty. I'm like, I know. Like, Allah put inside the male something. He put inside the male the desire to look at beauty. I don't have to convince you of this, you already know. You're like, someone's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. He put inside the male the desire to look at beauty. He put inside the female the desire to look beautiful. He put it in her from the early ages. Allah put that in her fitrah. Now, Surah An-Nur, where Allah describes the head covering, Allah describes that men must guard their eyes. يَغُضُّ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. They must guard their eyes. Why? Because the thing that men get the most pleasure out of is looking at beauty. And the proof of that is in all of the online and media industries that attract the eyes of men towards female beauty in the worst ways. And those industries make billions, if not trillions of dollars, all because of these that men have. You know that, right? Like the proof, there's trillions of dollars of proof of something Allah has said. Okay? On the flip side, Allah put a desire in women not to, even though they want to look at beauty, but they have a much stronger desire than looking. What's the stronger desire for them? To look beautiful. And there are trillions of dollars of investment in the makeup industry, the fashion industry, the modeling industry, the advertising industries across the planet that are evidence to that fact that Allah mentions in Surah An-Nur. He mentions these are facts, that human beings are living evidence of it every day. Economies, entire gigantic economies are evidence of this. If you know people that work in social media and they work in social media advertising, they know about Google Trends, they know social media trends, video trends, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, having said that, the thing that men desire the most, they have to control it if they have to keep the light in their heart. The thing that women desire the most, they have to control it if they have to keep their light in their heart. So men were told what? Lower your eyes. Women were told, and when women are told lower your eyes, that's way easier for women. It's like, whatever. One in 10,000 men, they're like, oh. Otherwise, men, it's not 1 in 10,000 women. Women don't have major fitna when they're walking in an airport. Every 1 in 1,000 men, sometimes. Some Yusuf type, situation. They're like, oh, okay. But men, astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. Different problem. But what is the hardest thing for a female? As hard as it is for a man to lower his eyes, you know what's equally hard for her? Not to look pretty. That's the hardest thing for her. It is so hard for her. It is, if you want to understand how hard it is for her, it's as hard as it is for you to what? Lower your eyes. You know how every second you have to fight that? Every minute you're like, alhamdulillah, I finished the lower eyes problem. Now I used to have that problem last year. I no longer have that problem anymore. It's on autopilot. Is it ever on autopilot? No, you have to guard it every single time. Guess what women have to go through? The desire to look beautiful, does it go away? They see another woman with beautifully hair done, they're like, she's got nothing on my hair. My hair is so much nicer under this hijab though. And every time they see a woman with beautiful hair, with her looks, and they're like, oh my God, I can show this so much better than she can. They don't even know. And it's killing them because it's all hidden. It's hidden all the time. And it's like, I look so ugly. I look so ugly right now. And they're not even that pretty. And people think they're pretty. People don't even know. I'm so much prettier. And there's this deep down inside struggle. And Allah says, yeah, you're going to control that one. You're going to control that one. In order to what? To keep the light in your heart. To keep the light in your heart. The strongest impulse of men that will destroy the state of their heart is that. And the strongest impulse for women that will destroy the state of their heart is that. This was about protecting their hearts. That's actually what it was.